we're talking some single leg balance and foot control here, which is going to play into how movement happens and we absorb force from the foot and ankle all the way up into the knee and to the hip. So this is a drill I've been given for patients with a lot of different complaints when we see something might be going wrong with how they're stabilizing, how they're balancing, or basically how their foot's interacting with the ground. So we got three here. What we're looking at is when we balance the ball of the foot, the ball by the 5th metatarsal here, the heel, and the big toe, they make kind of a tripod with a little point on it. So we want all those points on the ground. A lot of times when we see people balance, how they do this is they start gripping with their toes, and they start to lose blood flow in their toes because they're really pushing in the ground. That can be hard to see on the video, but you start to see some kind of knuckling of the toes, which if she really exaggerates that, the ball of the foot's gonna come off the ground, it's gonna push her laterally, and that's gonna set you up to either sprain an ankle, or people will have this foot start coming laterally, and then they'll throw their knee in to get the ball of the foot back on the ground, often with this turnout, and that can really affect our mechanics at the knee, at the hip, and definitely here at the ankle. Sometimes I see this foot turnout position as a cause of some bunions or some big toe pain. A number of things can happen. So here's the drill. We're gonna get foot straight. So totally straight. Sometimes I say foot straight and people will have it not quite straight. And so I want there, we can match it up to the other one. I want those parallel, okay? And then we're gonna have her take her left leg and just put it behind her there. And we're gonna bend this front knee, so like 90% of your weight's on that front knee. Feel that? And then if we need to, we can put hands on the post or a wall at home. So this left leg here is really just kind of a kickstand to help with balance while we're getting into this. Then she's gonna lift all 5 of her toes up. That's gonna ensure she's not curling them. Ball the foot's on the ground. And then you're just gonna place them down flat, okay? Without knuckling these. So I want you to be looking here. I don't want to see any blood loss or kind of whitening of the toes here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play with some rotation. So she rotates in there from the shin, the knee, and she collapses through the arch. I want you to now rotate out as far as you can without losing all the foot. And now we have a nice, good arch, stable foot. So then we're just going to play with that for a second, rotating in and out. And so you can feel this isn't just a side-to-side movement, so I'm not just pulling her whole leg out, but we're actually rotating the shin, and you can start to do that on your own. And then we're gonna find this rotated out position. The center of the kneecap is kind of over the 3rd and 4th toes, and now all we're gonna do is we're gonna pick this back leg up and balance without losing any of this control or engaging the toes there. And we can see she's got good knee alignment, and then she can start to work her hand away from the post, and then we get a little wobbly. This was an ankle you hurt recently, right? So we're working on it. But what you should feel, where do you feel that working? Hip, as well as probably foot, ankle, and here. What a lot of times people will do is they'll start to drop in at the knee, or they'll start to lean with the torso towards me, basically to use everything but the hip and the foot as they're connected in the gym. So that's the whole drill, is kind of getting set up here, moving in and out, lifting the toes up, place them flat so they're not crunched or curled, and then working balance nice and stable without anything else moving. The other last thing is sometimes people will hyperextend the knee, which then you get stability more from this type of range. So we want hips back a little bit, knee bent, loaded on that front leg. So that's why this split stance can be helpful to start. Okay, here we go.